Hi, Mike DelSignore, Massachusetts OUI lawyer. Today's video, I want to discuss my process, what it's like to work with me on an OUI case. First things first, generally you call on the weekends. I will pick up, I'll answer on the weekends, Saturdays, Sundays. I know that's when people need me, so I will be available. If you don't reach me, send me a text. Generally, I'll call you back or return the call pretty quickly. So you'll be able to reach me on the weekends. I'll go over the process, what's going to happen in court. First court date is going to be arraignment, first offense OUI. It'll be sort of quick in front of the judge. We'll be in front of the judge about 30 seconds, we'll enter a not guilty plea, get a copy of the police report. We're not going to know too much before the arraignment. In other words, I can't get the report over the weekend. We'll get it at the arraignment and then review the report. But I'll discuss your version, you'll let me know what happened, and I'll kind of have a sense of where I think this case might be going based on what you tell me. But once I get the police report, then we'll have a more specific plan of action as to what we're going to do, how we're going to defend the case. First things that I want you to know, one, the process. So not a trial first date, you're going to be there, check in with probation, you'll be there probably until 11:30 in most courts. And you'll get a further date for what's called pre-trial. Second thing you need to know, the license consequence. You refuse a breath test, 6 months suspension. If you've seen any of my old videos, I may have said appeal the refusal. Don't do that anymore. I think most of those videos are down or that content's been updated. But the RMV will take out an immediate threat if you try to appeal the refusal. So you'll be suspended longer than the 6 months if you try to appeal it. So don't do that. No refusal appeal anymore based on RMV, basically the RMV taking adverse action. It's not fair, but that's what they're doing. So you take a breathalyzer over 0.08. It's a 30-day suspension. So you get your full license back in 30 days. So you should have an appointment almost immediately, almost a week after your arrest, after the arraignment. Go online, schedule an appointment so you get day 31, you get your license back. Because you can drive while we're fighting the case. Because sometimes it takes, and most of the time, it takes a lot of time to get discovery in the case, which means video, other reports, things like that. So there's a little bit of downtime from the arraignment. We'll review the report. Usually after I review the report, I say something to the effect of, in most cases, well, this looks pretty good, or this is, where we're going, but let's look at the rest. It might be that it's not a great case. Let's see the video confirms it, or it might be, it looks good here. Let's see if the video helps us. So generally speaking, we don't really have the ability to make any firm conclusions without seeing the video and the rest of the evidence. That's going to tell a major story. In other words, take this for example. It's very common. Police report says on the one leg stand you almost fell down. A lot of times the video shows you didn't almost fall down. It shows that you just put your foot down. So there's a lot of exaggerations that we see once we get the video. The slurred speech, often that's not there in these videos. I don't see it. Some videos, you'll see the officer understated it. Maybe the video is worse than the report. So I've seen it both ways. So we kind of need to see. State police's body camera, the whole thing is on video now. Many of the local departments have body camera as well, and most of them have at least a book-in video. So it's something objective that we can see, where we can have objective evidence of how you appeared. So we'll need to wait, get that evidence, and then evaluate the case. But I'll give you as much information as I can. I give you an honest assessment of the case. If you call me before, sometimes people call after the arraignment. I get the report, I look at it, I'll tell you exactly what I think about the case. I do that for people that don't even hire me. I give them my assessment, and then you can hire me, not hire me, but I want to make sure I give you the best information possible so you can make the most informed decision for yourself about the case. So that's really the goal. Sometimes there'll be medical records or other things that we'll need to get. So initially in that first call, I'll make sure that I understand your medical history, things like that, other things that could have affected your balance other than alcohol. Because if we can say that you had a bad back or a knee injury, it might show that field sobriety test that the cop of course is going to say you failed really wasn't a great test for you, wasn't accurate. If you have asthma, acid reflux, there might be some medical issues that might have impacted the breathalyzer. So my goal is to make sure you have accurate information about about the case. You understand the process. You're always going to be nervous, but I don't want you to be any more nervous than you need to. And I generally tell people, an OUI first offense, misdemeanor charge. So misdemeanor offense, if you're found not guilty, it's not going to make your life amazing. So, and if you're found guilty, generally it's not going to change your life that much either. So first offense OUI, you definitely want to win the case, but these aren't life-changing cases, so don't put too much pressure on yourself to the extent you can. Try to have perspective. Stay focused on your work. You know, I do realize sometimes this charge costs people their jobs, but a lot of times it doesn't. So stay focused on your family, work, have a good mindset so that you know, you can be there for your family, for your work, things like that while this case is pending, because it does take a little bit of time. If it's a serious case with an accident, sometimes I recommend treatment and counseling. If you ever need help, let me know. It's always going to help the court. It's never going to be a negative if you go for alcohol treatment. They're never going to say, well, he went to AA after, he must be under the influence. That's never admissible in court. Any measures taken after are always positive. So my philosophy in this case is I'll give you all the information I know from my years of experience, tell you about the courts. And when you call me, one of the first things I ask is what court the case is, and then I can give you specific information about that court based on my years of experience, because I've had trials in pretty much every court in Massachusetts. I know the judges everywhere very well, so I'll be able to give you court-specific advice. Call, text anytime, 781-686-5924. My name is Mike DelSignore, here to help pastors representing people charged with OUI offenses get their life back together and make great decisions in their case.